What is going on? I'm zmoT. Today is War Factory Day. Really wanted to upload a Warships video because it's time to push for Diamond rank. But today is going to be all about the War Factory. So let's have a quick look over in here as we pick up some quick diamonds off our map. That's always task number one. This map has not been cleared in a long time, as you can probably tell by how jam-packed it is. Anyways, War Factory, let's have a look-see. This is very standard. For some reason, I have heavies loaded. That's going to be a bit of a pain, but we should have no problems regardless. So let's just get into this. We are going to mark this rocket launcher, and the reason being that we can stand next to this rocket launcher. So if we have enough GBE to get off 3 hacks, I don't think we do, then what we can do is we can just go some... Yeah, that was... I was trying to save a smoke, trying to save a flare, and all of the things went terribly, horribly wrong. So on the plus side, we've managed to waste all sorts of an entire attack. Let's just get, I guess we're going to go something like this. We're just going to drop all artillery on that rocket launcher because we're going to barrage that on our other attack. Just stupendous. And the beautiful thing about this, as much as I hate having crappy attacks, it makes it easier to follow for people, because if you have a bad attack, now you don't have to feel quite so pressured. We're going to not try and skip a smoke this time. We're going to push the hack button underneath the smoke. Then we're going to throw that flare, and then we're going to look like gap smoke, because you can gap a little bit, and then as soon as she pops out, we're going to throw that smoke right there. So managed to save a smoke in a different sort of fashion, which worked out fairly well, because now we can double hack, and you'll notice that the most damage defense is the one off to the left there. Boom and boom. So all things considered, worked it out pretty well. They're so close to the shore that we save all sorts of GBE. Now, I would love to barrage all of these things on the left-hand side, but I want to make sure those shock launchers are the most damaged. So I'm just going to stick to using artillery, then we're going to retreat. Now, there is all sorts of free GBE on the right-hand side. We will get to that in a minute. We're still just chugging along here, taking things super simple, super slow. And that is the whole point of this series of attacks, is just trying to keep things simple, trying to not lose many troops, and trying to take down War Factory all at the same time. So between these two hacks, this should cover basically everything. Like, we've now double hacked. You see, I did not double hack super quickly. You're not pounding on the button. As soon as that hack button lights up, just give it a click and you're off to the races. And now we're basically set. Like, there's nothing really that can stop us. What I'm going to do is I'm going to barrage this machine gun right here, because if we can get rid of that machine gun, it's going to do the most value for us. You'll notice that I'm now using artilleries and barrages because we don't care if we mark something. If you need tips or info or understanding of what the heck marking is, do let me know. Now, I don't want to lose any troops, so I'm going to click retreat once. We're going to get that one... Oh, I already lost some troops. Perfect. So now that that is done, that is started, we're going to now hit that, and then we're going to retreat. So we've got that machine gun mostly sorted. Here's the thing. There's a whole bunch of health on this headquarters. How much health are we sitting at? 550,000. So as a low level, probably not going to be able to do that with low level zookas, low level heavies. So we're going to do 2 attacks. I'm going to bring in my troops. We're going to just crush as many of these things as we possibly can, and then we'll come back with some troops. Kind of a dumb full frontal sort of attack, but full frontal isn't necessarily a bad thing. We're going to bring all our troops right into there. There is not a lot of troops here, as you can see, because we are low level. Now, I'm going to come right over into here and drop that one smoke dead center. Now, we're going to use a couple shocks here. Now, regrouping flare right dead center, and then I'm going to send my troops off to that right-hand side, because that... What is that thing called right there? That shock blaster is our #1 concern. And now our heavies are out front, and they can block all of the incoming machine guns and stuff. Those right-hand side mortars are way more of a pain than I would have thought they would be. So we are going to be a little bit concerned about them. But overall, just clearing this huge gapping hole right here in the middle, over to the left-hand side a little bit, and that should give us enough damage to take down the War Factory. If not, it's going to be a sad, sad day, but I think we should be fairly all right. So, reloading all of our zookas, bringing in some heat, and now we're just going to walk up there and shoot it in the face. That's all it's going to take at this point. So, we could farm some gunboat energy here, clear out all of those bottom single shot defenses, but instead we're just going to drop all of our troops. We're going to get them underneath one smoke, hoping that Brick doesn't get shot in the face. I can't believe I actually even said that, because anytime I say something like that, it tends to come true. 3 smokes and 1 battle orders. Now we just need Brick to stay dead center in the middle of that smoke so she doesn't get shot in the face. And now we're just going to flare that headquarters and see how long it takes our zookas to burn through that core. So you see we're just cruising along. Only need 1 shock on those machine guns and down goes War Factory. Easy, easy, easy. Did not take a heck of a lot of skill or coordination or anything like that, so you should be able to take this down if you're XP37 or higher. XP37 is what you need to get Everspark level 3, which gives you her universal remote. Otherwise, that's about the only requirement. We're going to pause right about now. I will come back with a max level account and do some absolute goodness and silliness. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this ice theme, this pine tree thing has time to go. Winter is over-ish, so hoping that it goes away. Now, Orion kicking butt at Intel 164. I've been chasing him 150. We were even, but it just shows how much passive intel he's been getting being up at a higher victory point. So let me know how many intel you have on the week so far. Otherwise, this is the absolute perfect time to use Scorchers. Right now, Scorchers are health boosted. They are absolutely insane. So all we need to do is just flare in, get that shock blaster, maybe drop some critters over there on that boom cannon on the left so it doesn't kill all of our stuff, and then just hang out for a while. I kind of assume that we can get all of the things just sitting in here. There are a whole bunch of boom cannons shooting us in the face. Also some cannons over on that right-hand side. So not an ideal War Factory from that standpoint, especially as we are doing this unboosted. But I think we're going to be okay nonetheless. Just cruising along, getting rid of as many things as we possibly can. Trying to use some critters to distract a little bit. You'll notice that Bullet does not work terribly well with Scorchers, because he goes off to the side, he gets in behind them. Kavan, probably a better option. Sparky, also probably a better option, but whatever. We're just going to go with Bullet, because that's what I happen to have loaded. You'll notice that I didn't drop all 8 boats of Scorchers right away. I like to drop 6 boats of Scorchers. Leaves me a little bit of gunboat energy to do some extra damage with some other stuff. Bullet getting shot in the face actually being helpful for a moment here. And then just cruising through this. Now, Scorchers aren't the best option for this, but with the Scorcher health boost, it's just so easy. You just drop and kind of hang out and watch a little bit, and then they'll eventually burn everything down. So I have troop health on this account because troop health helps drastically with Mega Crab. And clearing my map right now is just a matter of dropping the troops and closing the game. So Scorcher health boost, making intel just flow like crazy. But on the passive intel side, getting intel from people attacking super low, because my grappler is about to expire, and sadly there is no grappler in the weapon lab right now, which means that as soon as that expires, all of my passive intel is likely going to be gonzo. Scorchers, War Factory, let me know how you did it. This seems like the dumb choice, and most of the time I try to go for the dumb route because it's super easy to duplicate, to replicate, whatever the heck the 8 word is there, and there was not a lot of effort involved here. We cleared this entire bottom section. That just shows the difference between a low level and a high level. We will come back with one other account because this Scorcher thing was not super duper awesome or exciting or anything like that. We're gonna pause. I'll come back. We just wasted a bunch of gold on the War Factory, 675,000 to be exact. but not the end of the world. Now let me know what you think about the pausing. I personally like hearing the speed zero music every so often, but you may not. I'm going to go like this. We're going to load all zookas just for a bit of a throwback. I haven't done all zookas versus War Factory in a long time, so I figured, you know what, we might as well. I don't really know where I'm going to put them. There are a lot of places. You know what, I'm going to go right in here because that's only going to take one artillery. Now, I did not check the level of that mine. You know what? I'm going to throw 2 artilleries just to be on the safe side. What the heck? And now we're going to go 1 smoke here, 1 smoke here, and you can get all 9 boats underneath 1 smoke if you do it right. I only managed to get 7, which is not super duper awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right for that. Now, I'm going to throw a smoke, just like that. And I'm going to throw some critters in there and some critters over there. And I think we might have at least 1 or 2 critters left. We're going to throw a flare, shock, and just hope for the best that all of our critters do some distracting of all of the things as our zookas blow up the core. Smoky critters for the win. Now, smoky critters typically aren't a great idea, but because we're so close to the shore, those smokes are so cheap, not a big deal. And they guarantee that your critters land at the perfect timing. So, boom, shaka, laka, War Factory 3 ways. Let me know if you're attacking War Factory, if you don't care about War Factory, how many intel you have on the week, and just generally how things are going. Warships video might come out later on today, might come out tonight, tomorrow, haven't decided quite yet. Anyways, as always, do consider throwing code zmoT over there in your shop. It expires every 7 days, so ridiculous. Nonetheless, also consider commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing, all that sort of YouTube goodness. Look how many shards I have. So ridiculous. Ridiculous is the word of the day, apparently. Nonetheless, as always, thanks for coming in. I'm zmoT. Peace!